Hello, dear students. Today we are going to learn our third part and last part of our sixth unit uh, of programming with Python subject, that is file input output handling and exception handling. And our today's topic is exception handling in Python. Okay, so we'll start with it. So, what is exception handling? So, in computing and computer programming, exception handling is the process of responding to the occurrence of exception during the execution of a program. In general, an exception breaks the normal flow of execution and executes a pre registered exception handler. So basically, an alternative approach to exception handling in software is a error checking. When an error occurs or exception as well, call it, and Python will normally stop and generate an error message. So we are using try except method for exception handling. So what is try? So try is a block. Let you test a block of a code for errors. So that particular line of code is going to be right in a try block. The except block let you handle the error. For handling that particular, when some error occurs, to handle that particular error, that particular line of code is going to be right in the except block. Okay, and the finally block is executed the code, and anyhow, and whether it is going to be what we can say, whatever the result of that particular block, it is going to print the statement after the which is written in a finally block. Okay, so see this example here. We are going to try whether it is going to whether this statement is print statement is having an error or what. So after that, when we are going to print that statement, that is an execution occurred. Okay, so it will not going to be so what is going to be occurred when we are going to try to print that particular x. So we have not already what we can say declare a x. So this particular block is going to be generate an error because x is not defined. So when the particular error is occurred, so what kind of statement or how you are going to be handle that particular error. So for that I have written a statement, that is print, and execution is going to be sorry, we can say exception is going to be occurred. So that particular message is going to be print if that particular error is occurred. So when I am going to execute that particular print text statement, so this particular error is occurred, and that's why this particular message is going to be print, that is an exception is occurred. Okay, so this way the exception is going to be handled. Next is if we are not specifying anything for that particular error, so it is directly going to print the, or we can say that particular our interpreter is going to be directly give this kind of error, that is x is not defined. So it is going directly going to show this error. Okay, so there are many. If you want to specify the many exception for a single error, so you can also specify it. Okay, so see this example. If you want to same example here, we have I have written that print x. I am not declared x, or we can say I am not define x, but still I am writing that particular statement in a try block, and I am specifying the many exception statements. Whether it is a name error, then it is going to print variable x is not defined. Other, if it is not a name error, then it is going to print that something else went wrong. But since this is a name error, that's why when this I am going to execute the try block, so it is going to directly print the variable x is not defined because it is an name error. That's why it is going to be print the variable x is not defined. Okay, so this way you can specify many exceptions in a particular single, or we can say single try, for that particular single try block. Okay, next is else statements. You can also use an else keyword to define a block of code to be executed if no errors were raised. If suppose I am going to print hello, okay, and suppose I am writing exception, that is something went wrong, and if the exception is not going to be occurred, then else part is going to be print, that is nothing went wrong. But here I am not specifying any variable, that's why no error is going to be occurred, that's why else part of this particular code is going to be executed, that is nothing went wrong. Next is the finally statement. The finally block is specified will be executed regardless if a try block raise an error or not. If any error occurred, or if it's not occurred, but finally block statement is going to be executed anyhow. Okay, so here I am specifying the same example, taking the same example. I am specifying the print x statement here, that variable x definition error is going to be occurred, and it is going to be print an exception part, that is something went wrong, but still after exception also the finally block is going to be executed, and that's why it is going to print the try except is finished. Okay, so this way it works. Okay, now next is a raise keyword, that is raise an exception, and a Python developer, you can choose a throw an exception if a condition occurs. To throw or raise an exception, the raise keyword is going to be used. Okay, if in this example, if x is equals to -1, if x is less than 0, then raise an exception, sorry, no numbers below 0. Okay, when this variable, so in this example also x is having -1 value, and we are checking for the condition, that is x is less than 0, so that's why it is going to be raise an exception, that is sorry, no numbers below 0. That's why this raising statement is going to be printed in the exception section, that is sorry, no numbers below is 0. Okay, see the second example for raise an exception. Second, the predefined exception is there, that is type error, only integers are allowed. Okay, so we have specified for this particular type error. Okay, so it is also going to print in a exception section, that is only integers are allowed. Okay, so this way it is going to be work. Next is creating user defined exception. So programmers may name their own exceptions by creating a new exception class. So exceptions need to be derived from the exception class either directly or indirectly. Although not mandatory, most of the exceptions are named as name that ends in error, similar to naming of a standard exception in Python. So this is an example. So just create a my error class and extend it by using exception class. Okay, you specify the method, that is initialize method, and this in this initialize method you have to specify the value, and that particular value is going to be what we can say, we just want to create a constructor. Okay, then we are using string method to print the particular value. Then next we are specifying the try block, if and going to raise an error for when we are it is going to be called a my error method, and just multiplying the values, that is 3 into 2. Okay, and we are specifying exception block here. We are creating an object of my error, that is error, and it is going to print the value of that particular error. Okay, so when try block is going to be executed, it is going to call the constructor. Okay, but what we can say, nothing is going to be so exception is not going to be executed, so that's why if exception is occurred, and that's why it's going to print a value that is a new exception occurred, and it is going to print the multiplication of that value, that is 6. So this is it, this video. Thank you guys.